Hello, this is Adam, and this is my friend Emily.
Hello, I'm Emily.
And we are making a video where we translate the news article that was written about me in the Fuzhou newspaper. So can you read the headline?
因为空气好，伦敦外教选择了福州。
Yeah, so it says, because the air quality is good, this London foreign teacher chose Fuzhou. So 外教 just means like 外国教师, right? It's just a foreign teacher, which isn't really true. She asked me, why did you come to Fuzhou? And I said, because I wanted to learn Chinese. And then we spoke about some other things, and she said, why didn't you go to Beijing? Because they speak more kind of normal Chinese there. And I said, because the pollution in Chinese is too bad. And then she said, how is the air quality? She said, well, in that case, 那么福州空气怎么样? I said, 相比北京, 福州空气好. So compared to Beijing, the air quality in Fuzhou is good. Which then turns into the headline, because the air quality in Fuzhou is good, this foreign teacher came here. So could you read the next part?
他说，选择生活工作的城市，空气好是第一标准，很喜欢福州的环境。
So it says that I said, in choosing the city I want to work in and live in, that the air quality being good was the #1 factor, and that I really like the environment in Fuzhou. Which is true, I do like the environment in Fuzhou. So then there's a couple of pictures, and then one caption says,
看到老人摆摊，读书感到很稀奇。
so it means that I find watching old people playing cards to be very interesting, curious, something like that.
Interesting.
好奇的意思.
Yes.
So I'm very curious about it. Can you read that?
闲聊中，吴叔还学了一点福州方言。
So there's a photo of me with like a family of Fuzhou people, and it says that while chatting to them, I learned some Fuzhou Hua, some Fuzhou language, which isn't true. I didn't learn any. I just made it up. Yeah, it says Wu Shu, which is my Chinese name, which they explain. And then there's one more picture and caption which says,
吴叔平时最爱逛西湖，他说很喜欢福州的环境，空气很好。
so it says that Wu Shu or Adam regularly does the thing I love, my kind of favorite hobby, which is strolling in Fuzhou, which is the name of the park, just next to a lake. And I said that I really like Fuzhou's environment and that the air quality is very good. I mean, I said it was nice, but they're like obviously exaggerating this to make it seem like I love it. Which is, I guess, what the Chinese media does, like makes China look great, which is fine. I mean, it's not saying anything bad about me, and I do like the environment, and I think the air quality here, not necessarily better than the English countryside, but compared to other cities in China, it's really good. Okay, so let's go into the article.
本报讯：每天中午，福州西湖公园里的木栈道上，一位散步的外国游客格外惹眼。
So, 报讯, what does that mean?
This newspaper says.
Okay, so this newspaper says that every day in the afternoon, Fuzhou's West Lake Park, on the wooden boards, so on the wooden boards which are next to the lake, called Mu Zhao Dao.
Yes.
So on
wooden trestle.
wooden,
Trestle.
okay, so it's like a path, like a wooden path, wooden boards. There's one foreign person walking, who's kind of a foreign guest, and this,
惹眼。
yeah, so that kind of means I stand out to the eye.
Yes, easy.
So yeah, so it means if you walk through the Fuzhou Park on that day, then you'll see one foreigner who'll kind of stand out in your eye.
他是英国伦敦人，今年21岁，中文名字叫吴书，英文名字叫 Booklis， 中文翻译为吴书的谐音。
So it says he's an English person from London. He's 21 years old. His Chinese name is Wushu. His English name is Bookless. This is my surname. And it says that the Chinese translation of Bookless is Wushu. So in Chinese, Wushu can mean to 没有书, to not have a book. And I know Shu can also act as a name, so I chose there as the kind of 名字, the first name. And then for the surname, Wu, is a very famous surname in China, isn't it? Very popular, and it has the same pronunciation as Wu, which means to not have something.
目前，吴书是福州一家英语培训机构的外教。
So, does this mean lately? So it means like
目前
since as of late, Wu Shu Mi is an English teacher in a training school, an organization which teaches English, uses foreign people to teach English. It's a very awkward translation, but I'm just trying to express the meaning.
他说，来中国是因为对中文感兴趣，来福州是因为福州空气好，最爱做的事就是逛西湖。
Yeah, so he says coming to China is because he's very interested in Chinese language. Coming to Fuzhou was because the air quality was so good. And then it has a quotation, 最爱做的事就是逛西湖. So it means the thing I love to do the most is walking in the West Lake Park, which I didn't say was my favorite thing, but I did say I really liked it. So. It's a headline.
来中国学中文。
So then there's 3 subheadings, and the first one is coming to China to study Chinese.
2年前，吴书还在伦敦上大学，攻读英语、语言学和考古学。
So 2 years ago, Wu Shu was in London University studying, and I was studying. So the subjects I was studying was English linguistics and archaeology. So my degree was in archaeology, and I was kind of explaining to her that as an English teacher, I had done a course in like teaching English, a part of my degree. It's not really English linguistics, but yeah, that's what she put that there.
在学校住宿时，遇到几位中国留学生，并成为好朋友。
So while living in the students' accommodation, kind of bumped into a few Chinese international students and became friends with them.
他爱模仿中国话，常被大家表扬发音准确，有学中文的潜力，成就感令他对中文产生了极大的兴趣。
So he loved to imitate Chinese language, and then often everyone said that my pronunciation was correct, and that I had the capacity to study Chinese, 有学中文的潜力, and this kind of 成就感, it's like the feeling of achievement, which made him decide to study Chinese and take an interest in Chinese.
大学毕业后，吴书没有去找工作，而是做了让大家感到意外的决定，请中文家教在家教中心学中文。
So it says, after graduating, Wu Shu didn't try to find a job, but he kind of took everyone by surprise with his decision, which was to invite a Chinese tutor, like hire a Chinese tutor and study Chinese. Which isn't true. Like, I had a Chinese tutor catch during my final year of university, and I told her the advice he'd given me, which is what is about to be said. Yeah, and like as soon as I graduated, I found a job like 1 month later, so it's kind of inaccurate. I don't know if she's trying to make it more dramatic, or it was just my speaking wasn't clear enough. So then it says,
我请了家教，他说要学习好中文，需要3年的时间。吴书语速很慢，但是呢，只能准确地表达自己的意思。
so it's quoting me saying I sort of invited a personal tutor, and he said that to speak Chinese well, to study it to kind of get really good at it, it would take three years. So I wasn't hiring him, he was volunteering to do it, and he was a friend and someone through the Chinese Society in UCL. And yeah, I asked him sort of if I want to get really good, really fluent, from where I'm at now, how much longer will I need living in China? And he said 3 years. That's what I intend to do. Yeah, and then it says that my speed of speaking is slow, but it's always very easy to understand the meaning I'm trying to get across.
他计划用3年的时间在中国一边打工一边练习中文。
He says my plan is to spend 3 years in China working while studying Chinese.
喜欢福州的环境。
So the next subheading is liking Fuzhou's environment.
可是应该选择中国哪座城市呢？从来没有来过中国的吴书，在网上一边找工作，一边打听中国城市的特点。
But it sort of says, when coming to the matter of finding a city to live in, and yeah, from the time when I hadn't yet ever been to China, I went onto the internet and found a job part of the time, and also found a sort of researched different cities.
我的很多外国朋友选择了上海，我觉得那里可以找到老乡。但上海是我第一个会排除的城市，因为太多老乡了。
So it's quoting me. A lot of people I know, a lot of foreigners go to Shanghai, but I think that there's a lot of foreigners already there. Okay, self-explanatory. So then it says that I said Shanghai is the #1 city I didn't want to live in because there's just too many foreigners.
吴书说了“老乡”这个词后，得意的一笑。
He says after saying the word foreign, "老乡" means someone from the place I'm from. He smiled. Says that right? He smiled.
他说自己想要找一个外国人少的城市，这样才能练习中文。福州这座城市可以满足这个条件。
So it says, he said, I want to find a city where there are a few foreigners, this kind of place I can study Chinese in, and Fuzhou is this kind of city which is suitable for these requirements.
此外，他认为城市空气好是选择生活工作的第一标准。
So in addition, he recognized that in the city, Fuzhou, the air quality is good, and he chose it as the most kind of suitable place to work in.
吴书条处，我肯定不会去北京了，因为北京空气污染太有名了。
So Wu Shu emphasized, I definitely would not go to Beijing because the pollution in Beijing is too famous or too bad.
而在网络上同样有名的是福州的空气好。
So on the internet, he also found out that the air quality in Fuzhou is good.
吴书说，我很喜欢福州的环境，空气很好。
He said, I really like Fuzhou's environment, the air quality is good.
平时最爱逛西湖。
Okay, so that's the next subheading, which says regularly enjoying walks in Westlake Park.
吴书就职的培训机构在西湖附近。
So Wu Shu Adam's work, the training center, is near Westlake Park.
他说平时工作忙，没有太多时间去健身房，但吃饭后总喜欢和同事们到西湖公园木栈道走走，呼吸下新鲜空气。
So he said, regularly very busy with work, so I don't have time to go to the gym. But after eating dinner, I always like to go with some colleagues to Fuzhou Park and walk along the wooden boards and breathe in the fresh air. What I actually said was I'm working a lot and then I like to go to the gym because she asked me, what are your hobbies? So yeah, it's slightly inaccurate. And also this is like always go to there. I don't always go there, maybe 2 or 3 times a week, but it's a great place. So.
了西湖，还去过森林公园，还有南后街。
So other than Fuzhou Park, he's also been to Forest Park and another street called Nanhoujie, which is probably the most famous historic street in Fuzhou. It's like very cultural.
吴叔说，这都是他爱逛的。商店有油纸伞，听说是福州的三宝之一。
Okay, Wushu said these are all places he likes to go walking. And then the shop had an oil paper umbrella. So it's like it's like some kind of local Fuzhou umbrella. It's kind of artistic. So it's kind of artistic. And he's heard of Fuzhou's Sanbao. So it's one of Fuzhou's Sanbao. So it's like one of Fuzhou's 3 treasures.
但我弄不清楚什么是三宝，得到的是特点的英文单词后，读书人一脸困惑，但不停地点头表示有趣。
Okay, so then it's quoting me, but I don't know what the use of it is. I'm not too clear about what Sanbao is. Is that right? Is it? And I'm saying like, is it speciality? Is it what's the speciality? And then after receiving an answer in English, 那个的英文答案后是他给我英文答案是这个意思。Okay, so it's saying that the reporter replied to me in English, and then I still had a confused look on my face, but I said it was very interesting. Okay.
吴叔说，逛公园会碰到很多小孩，偶尔和他们用英文对话，有时也看到老人们打扑克。
Okay, so it says, Wushu said that when strolling around the park, I often bump into little children who occasionally speak to me in English, and sometimes I watch old people playing cards.
虽然看不懂规则，但感觉也很有意思。
Okay, so then apparently I said, although I don't understand the rules, I find it very interesting to watch them play cards. I didn't say that. Like, what happened was they were like, there's some old people, stand next to them, so we can take some photos. And so I did, and then they kind of made this up. Wherever, I don't really mind. It's kind of funny.
因为这样美好的环境，让大家都聚在这里，是一件很棒的事情。
Yeah, because of this beautiful environment, so this is quoting me, so I'm saying, I think because of this beautiful environment, it lets everybody gather here together, and I think this is an excellent thing. Yeah? So yeah, that's the end. Thanks Emily for translating and helping.